Hello, welcome back to the Movement 254, whereby we try to cover as much as possible from the city of Nairobi. Today we're going to be talking about the Nairobi Film Festival, which took place between the 17th and 27th of October. It took place at Prestige Plaza, that is on Ngong Road in Nairobi. And it was an opportunity to actually screen some of the best movies from Kenya and Africa as a whole. We had a lot of animated content, we had a lot of live action content, we have a lot of thought-provoking documentaries that were screened there. And as you can see from the video, this was actually the venue. You had all the people that were supposed to register us. As you can see, some of them, we have already seen them, those who helped us register. And this was basically the venue of Prestige Plaza. As you can see, this was a big white tent which was outside, creating a space for people to just chill. And actually, the sense of freedom was there, whereby you could actually just walk outside and just have normal conversations with people. So as you can see, this is a very big tent, spacious. This is a beautiful city of Nairobi. This is a long Ngong Road, so you have Kimathi and other places. Then you have the food court. So when you go inside, you can see just how the environment was in the inside. It was spacious. You had seats in the front whereby you could just sit and chill. So yeah, these are the people as they started streaming in. This was much earlier on. I was there. I'm one of those people who usually are obsessed with time, and I came in a bit earlier. As you can see, some people taking photos. It's Ngatha from Talk to Me About Film, our podcast, which she has a photo taken. We have the food court on that side. Then generally, yeah, that's still in Ngatha and her friends. And yeah, people had started to stream in slowly. And yeah, let me just keep telling you about the kind of movies that were seen during this particular event, because a lot of movies were there. So we had movies, documentaries, big documentaries like Battle for Laikipia screening. We had Baada ya Masika, we had Nawi, we had Black Tea, we had Disco Africa, a Malaysian story, my legacy story. We had Goodbye Julia. We had movies like Mira Mira. We had Urefu Wakamba. We had Terramata. We had Krogan Launch. We had some of these are short movies. They were doing the short and short event. We had The Empty Grave. We have Goodbye Julia. We had an animated movie that I saw that was pretty interesting, which is The Mystery of Waza, and Uli and Tata. So back to the venue, you can actually see how the inside. This is much more going now into the evening, when people now are actually streamed in. You can see people greeting each other, and this is around by 7, and it was just about to get to the opening ceremony, where now we had Sheba Heist, who is the director of the festival.
Our other director for the film festival, Louisa Wachiko, is somewhere in the audience, and we'll be seeing and hearing from her later on. Film, said somebody, is a powerful tool. We as filmmakers have the ability to change minds, to touch hearts, and to move people to initiate social change. I can't imagine a season where thinking about film like that is more relevant. And that quote comes from our very own Kenyan filmmaker, Wanuri Kahio, who is in the audience tonight somewhere. Wanuri, are you here with us? I'm so very grateful to be here at the reopening of the NBO Film Festival after 2 years of reflection, and we're so grateful for the support that we have also received. I mean, clearly we're also so nervous today. We're very grateful for the enthusiastic reception we've had from all the filmmakers and for entrusting us with your beautiful and powerful and meaningful work that is so relevant at this time and that speaks so coherently to the things that we are going through collectively and gives us the places to think about those things in complex ways and not in the simplified ways that we're often being shoved to thinking about those things in. We're incredibly grateful to our partners who said yes long before anyone else would. And first and foremost, I'm really going to shout out the Prestige Cinema, who've been saying yes not just to us, but to Kenyan filmmakers, making it possible for us to have premieres here at a cost that we can afford. Bhavna and Hitesh, we're so grateful for you allowing Kenyan film to make this cinema its home. And to Manpreet and Alo, who have just been tirelessly working to help us make these events happen, we're incredibly grateful. We'd also like to shout out our other location partners, Unseen Nairobi, the latest addition to Nairobi's exciting independent cinema scene, and I think the founders are here somewhere. They were ready to host us even last year when we tried to think about making a comeback, and they've been real champions for this space and for this place and for this work that you are all making. We're also grateful to the Kaloleni Social Hall, who will be a new location that we're adding. As we start to contemplate Nairobi in its fullness, all the corners of Nairobi need to be served with good quality, creative content. All children in Nairobi, all young people in Nairobi deserve to be served at that level. We're super grateful, me personally, to the Goethe Institute and specifically to Christina Nord, who has been a champion for me from the beginning. She comes from a very powerful film background herself, and so was like a gift to Nairobi Film Festival at the moment when we needed somebody who could just be a champion and a cheerer for our cause. We're also grateful to the French Embassy, who've been with us from the very beginning and have never stopped supporting us every year and have wanted to be behind the things that we're doing. We're very grateful to our friends and our families who have suffered through our long and arduous tasks and watched us tear out our hair to make this. You as filmmakers know that every film is made not by a filmmaker on their own, but by an entire community of people around you. And we're grateful and honor those people today. And to all the volunteers and all the people who've given us their time and effort, to our amazing technical partners, Gig Dynamics and Timeless Occasions, we're grateful and forever in your debt for us helping us make this event so memorable and so beautiful. We're dreaming a better future into existence, and I'm so grateful for you being with us. Can I really say grateful one more time? I'm so thankful for you all being with us and being part of this journey. I would now like to invite Deputy Ambassador for the European Union delegation to Kenya, Andre Schmeck, to make some remarks. The European Union is part of the EU-Kenya film exchange that we are launching this year together, and we're very appreciative of their support. Thank you so much.
Gentlemen, good evening. You are all looking amazingly beautiful, so you should really give yourself a round of applause, I think. It's a great pleasure to be here on behalf of the European Union. I must tell you that this is really not the type of work I normally do. Normally I go to conference meetings, and it is a lot less exciting than it is here. I can feel the creative vibe in the air, and it's fantastic to be here. I do have a speech prepared, but I don't think I will go through it. I just want to say I represent the EU here in Kenya, but I come originally from the Czech Republic. We do have our own film festival there in Karlovy Vary, which is part of the Czech Republic. It's an A-level film festival. And it's a festival that also has grown from relatively small size, became quite significant and influential. I was there in, I think, 1992. as a young journalist covering the film festival, and at that time we had Leonardo DiCaprio opening his film What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which I think probably none of you have seen, but 10 years later he's become a massive star. I do hope that here at the Nairobi Film Festival, of course, you have 5 years. I think you've done sort of 5 sessions, and I hope that you have a similar future. You specialize, you will start to attract big stars, and you grow and you succeed. We are extremely pleased to partner with the Nairobi Film Festival. We do have our normal film festival that we usually launch with European films, but here what we are really trying to do is to use culture as a vector of connection between Kenya and the European Union. So we are partnering around the theme of EU-Kenya Film Exchange, and it's part of a bigger picture. Last year we had something similar around music. This year we are focusing in film, and we hope that this is going to go forward. Why are we doing it? We would like to obviously support the creative capacity that you have in Kenya, which is massive, just from the discussions I've had till now, and I really look forward to seeing the films. And we want to create more connections between Europe and Kenya. I am really pleased to see that in the program you see some co-productions between European filmmakers and Kenyan filmmakers, and I think this is the way to future, and that's something that we want to support. I stop there, and I all wish you a lot of joy with the film festival, as much as I will be having for sure. And I also look forward to our ongoing cooperation between EU and the Nairobi Film Festival. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Yeah.
Nice. Good to see so many players. Places from the film world and other places outside. Now, with us resuming this year's festival, we wanted to honor filmmakers. So starting this year, we are going to be giving out an award. We are calling the Vanguard Award. This award is for the recognition of people's contributions to the Kenyan film industry. And I am very proud, very proud and honored to announce that this year's first recipient of the NBO Film Festival Vanguard Award is Steve Obune. So Steve is a pioneer in Africa's film industry, not just Kenya's. He has been a trailblazer in film and TV for the past 2 decades, 28 years. From his humble beginnings as a group, he transformed his passion and expertise to one of the continent's largest and most influential lighting and grip companies. And his journey has been one of hard work, determination, and an unwavering commitment to elevating film production standards in Africa. So through his company, Kenya Grip and Sparks and Lighting, Steve has played an instrumental role in the success of countless film and television productions and careers like mine. Steve has helped me out many times. His vision and leadership have provided essential support to filmmakers across the continent and created opportunities for many within the industry. And I know many of us here, I have seen your faces and you all debt of gratitude to Steve for the amount of work he's done. His contributions have gone beyond lighting and technical support, and he has been a catalyst for the growth of the industry. His story reminds us all that with passion, persistence, and a commitment to excellence, it's possible to light up not just film sets, but the entire continent. By fostering a culture of learning and growth, he has inspired and mentored countless young professionals, ensuring that his legacy will live on in the hard work of those he has guided. As we honor Steve for his immense contributions to the African film industry, we also look forward to witnessing the continued impact of his work for years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Steve up on the stage with a round of applause. All protocol observed. This is a special evening tonight. And it's important for people to know who is Steve. Steve is a young guy. Now he's a young guy. Born down the road, Upper Hill, Kenyatta Hospital. When Kenyatta Hospital, 1978, was a 5-star hospital. It's got a heavy part for those who are not aware about Kenyatta Hospital. Later, we migrated to Kibera slums, soon after my father retired. I had a smart sister, Julie, and a lovely brother, Alan Barry's husband, who lived at Milimani. I shifted across and lived with them for a couple of years before Alan Barry and Julie introduced me to film studios. Today when I share this story, Julie is not there, Alan Barry is not there. Alan ran film studios and many tour tours. I was there for 8-9 years before I left and transitioned to start working as upstairs. But tonight I celebrate this with Julie's daughter, who is seated in front of me here. And just come out and you could just stand up. So for me this is very important because this holds a lot of memories, a lot of stories. So when this week I got this call and I got the mail from Shivo, I was like, my mind was just spinning. My mind was just spinning because it took me back 28 years ago. And when Billy called and said the location is going to be at Prestige Plaza, I was right in the middle of my compass. From where I started off in Upper Hill, down to Kibera, to Milimani, and back south to film studios up the road. So for me, this again, it's a very special occasion to stand here and share this. And most important, this is not about Steve. This is about the kind people, the lovely producers, amazing crew, amazing staff at my office, and an entire network that I've got that have enabled me to be here. Today I've met people I've worked with 15 years ago, Jacinta from KTN, when we were doing changes and many other stories at KTN. I've met crew I've worked with the early days of Papa Shirandula, the early days of Inspector Mwala, the early days of Machachari. We've got a footprint on all those projects, Tidy High. We have a footprint as Kenya on all those projects. So we've been there on the local jobs. When Charlie Simpson passed away, there was a huge gap left at film studios to seriously deal with foreign jobs. At Kenya Pips, we saw an opportunity and went straight into it. And for the last decade, we've seriously serviced nearly each and every foreign project that has come to Kenya. Before then, I was a crew. Worked on Tomb Raider 2. Angelina Jolie, Constant Gardner. On Constant Gardner, Lupita was a trainee on the shoot. I worked with Lupita in Nairobi, Magadi, Turkana. So this holds a lot of memories for me, and the story goes on and on. White Maasai, Oscar films, nowhere in Africa. I've been there, I've worked on all those projects. So this is very special. This is not mine. This is for my family. Ida and my 3 boys, Ruben, please stand and just acknowledge. Ruben, our son is 21. Our second son is 17, he's in school. Our last son, Gio, just started up. Gio turned 13 last week. So that's our little family. You can have your seat. And this is not just about Steve. This is for the companies locally who hire equipment that collaborate with us. When we are stretched and we need care, we'll turn to film studios, we'll turn to MGM, we'll turn to outdoor, we'll turn to Ishmael, Prime, we'll turn to every single person in the industry of goodwill. This is for you, because it's very important for us. This is not just about work. Lastly, production houses.
I thank all the production houses who give us business, who have supported us. But most importantly, I want to support and thank production houses who have intentionally supported me, who have intentionally supported Kenya. And I'll mention 4 names. 1, Blue Sky Films. They've intentionally, with a purpose, supported us. With intention. Mojo Production. Josie. She has intentionally. And I emphasize the intentionally because it's very important when someone wants you to succeed. You don't just see it, you feel it. Pontac Production, Jenny Pont. When I first had the idea to start a rental company, I was on a bonfire with Jenny Pont and a partner, James Munga, after finishing to shoot right outside. And one evening at the bonfire around 10 in the night, I just randomly told Jenny, I would like to do rental. And she said, go for it. Just go for it. And that was it. And that was it. And my first piece of equipment was a piece of weight, then an apple box, then a sandbag, then scaffolding pipes and rigging pipes, and the rest is history. Today, we are Panavision and Panamax partners in Nairobi, and we represent East Africa in terms of distribution. For me, that is very important for East African and access to film equipment. And lastly, because of the outcry of local jobs, we used to do it then, we've not been consistent on that. This week, we've launched an online camera lights grid. If you go to our Instagram, camera lights grid. If you go to our website, camera lights grid, you're going to see a whole lot of equipment. Lenses for 1,000 bob, 2,000 bob, cameras for 5,000 bob, 6,000 bob. That's coming. We've already gone online. That's going to be a pressure with demand with us. It's our responsibility to industry now is going to have cheap, affordable equipment and professional. And mostly as I wind up, it's over 23 years of Kenya Grips now, and we're open for business. Any serious investor you want to invest in Kenya Grip, this is the time. I've done my bit. Kenya Grip is bigger than Steve. God bless you all.
Exciting portion of the film of the evening. Today we're going to now get ready to go and see our fabulous opening film and premiere. And as we get into that, we're going to invite the producer and the director of the film who are here with us today, Tony Kamau and Pete Marimi, who will introduce the film to us, and then I will tell you how we will go up to the cinemas to watch it. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It feels so good to be here and to see the Kenyan filmmaker community gathering. We have missed NBO, and one of the most amazing things that we love about NBO is that it's run by filmmakers. Bithi is a library when it comes to talking about African cinema. Louisa knows all the films. And Shiva is just so amazing when it comes to theatre and film, so we're so excited to be here. So my name is Tony Kamau. I'm the producer for The Battle for Laikipia. This project is directed by Pete Marimi, who's standing here, who's Kenyan, and Daphne Matsiaraki, who's a Greek director. And we have a team that's spread out across 3 continents. You know, our team came from Greece, it came from the UK, it came from Kenya. Our archive producer was South African. People in the States, and this was a truly collaborative project. We did a co-production without a co-production in place. Hint, hint. All the commissions. But this has been a labor of love for all of us, and we're really excited to present it to you, and I'll just hand over the mic to Pete to be able to talk a little bit about the story.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for making time to come, and thank you Nairobi Film Festival for actually showing up here. This is the most exciting screening I've been to. I've been to Sundance, but I've been to London, but this is the first time. I'm really looking forward to this. It's coming, and I'm really happy. So Daphne, my co-director, sends apologies. She would have loved to be here. And it was such a labor of love for all of us. And we just hope you'll enjoy it because it's a film about identity. It's a film about inequality. It's a film about historical injustices. So please, let's watch it and hopefully we can have proper discussion afterwards. Otherwise the cycle will be forever. Yeah, so looking forward to talking about it. Thank you so much.
So that was the opening ceremony. That was what people were talking about. That was a bit of the ceremony before the movies actually began. So as we moved on, we had Tony and the director of the Battle for Laikipia also popping up to say one or two things. And after that, we were into the cinema. So this is the cinemas. The first opening film was Battle for Laikipia, which I reviewed on my other channel. I have a channel that reviews movies. So this is basically the theater where we were, a shot of the theater. Then the movie began. And this is me leaving after the movie was over. So after the movie was over, I went straight home. This is me stepping out, meeting some people. So this is Prestige Plaza. Now this is the lounge area. As I was walking out, I didn't want to take photos of some people because privacy and stuff. So this is basically the lobby as I was walking out, as I was leaving. And that was Nairobi Film Festival 2024 opening day. This was the closing day because I told you I'm talking about the whole show. I'm talking about the whole event from the start to the end. So this was more of the closing event. This was the last day when we had the special screening of Our Land, Our Freedom. So unlike the last time, we were not in a tent. We were more in the lobby. And so you can see guys that come out for the closing film. People are excited to be there. And yeah, people were just chilling, talking. There was enough space for everyone to walk around. We had to wait for a few minutes before the event started. And so this is just us milling around. So eventually the movie began. I didn't take a clip of us going in, but this is after the movie. So this gives us an opportunity to actually listen to the creators and makers of Our Land, Our Freedom, the guys who are actually involved in the making of the film. So this is going to be part of their speeches and what they thought about the film.
I'm so honored to be here, to have seen it. How do you feel now that it has come home?
Yeah, thank you all for watching. As Mugame says, I know it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been 8 years for us. And coming home has been very, very nerve-wracking. Like, we're very nervous, of course, but we're very excited to bring it home. So thank you to be the first to watch it in Kenya. I'll pass it on.
This, we made this film for it to be seen here. And as you can see from the credits, it takes a village. It wasn't just us.
there's so many crew members here, so many funders and people who helped along the way, who gave us their time, their research, their knowledge, and their, you know, it really was a village. And so I just want to thank you.
I've been told we don't have much time, so I really want to move through this and get as much information as I can. 8 years it's taken to make this film. We've seen footage all the way up until 2023. How did you go about, or how is it that you found the story you wanted to tell over the course of those 8 years? Was there a point that you're like, okay, I think this is it, and this is the direction we're going in?
I think before I answer this question, I want to bring up like the person who actually made us, gave us her heart, her house, her people, her connections to be here. So please everybody, just give it up for one. And just to recognize one more person, and you know, there's a lot of elders here. There's freedom fighters. There's this, you'll see them all. But the other person who's very key in the story, who brought the modern struggle, is Swalegi Dinji. Please come out. Now we feel safe to answer any question.
I mean, I was receiving it, but yeah, let's do it. Here we are. Hey, Mazi, I'm starstruck. Okay, no, this is amazing. This is amazing. Machogo, I'd like to ask you a question, please. Yeah, I just want to ask the same question that I asked them. I don't know if you're seeing it with your people for the first time. I had the honor of being seated right behind you. And I was watching you on screen and watching you in person. I would love to know how you feel after all this.
I feel good. I'm so humble. I didn't know it will turn out to be this. It's like I'm just seeing human shield. Because I thought by this time I'll be maybe somewhere in Kabete prison, I'll be hijacked, abducted. Yeah, even yesterday I called, I called Vivian and said, I don't have the strength to go to the field. I was down. I was so terrified, so scared, fear of the unknown. I don't know what will happen to me. But when I came here outside, I saw so many messages. Somebody can arrest me with all these people. I was happy to see my sisters, my sisters, my brother, just my family members, just stand up. Just stand up. I appreciate coordinating outside. And the reason why I told them to stand up, when I was arrested, she's my sister. Dada watoka nitoke. Yeah. She's the one who mobilized. She told my mom and she mobilized everywhere. She called the county commissioner, and even the
President Uhuru was called and asked, really?
Yeah.
Really? This what you are doing to Kimathi family? Yeah, I was, by 11 p.m., I was taken out of the cell. There was no one in that police, the whole police station. Even the OTS had run away. Because I don't know what happened. I don't know what they were told, I don't know, but Kenyans, my family, my mother, they really stood for me. And also something else. Zippy and Mina really prayed about for my safety. Some of the faults that, like that one, the boy was calling me to go slow on dedan, on the remains of dedan Kimathi. Some of them I had to share with Zippy because every day was my death day. I was just telling my kids, this is my will. If I don't come back in the evening, you are going to do this, this, and this. At times, they always became my hope to live, because I know they will tell the story. That's what I can tell. And God bless you. I love you. Okay.
I'm trying, and shout out to any intelligence officers in the room with us. Wajogo, do you feel safer now?
I think I'm safe. All these people.
Yeah.
They shout.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a story about a country, a people, a land. This is to the filmmakers, a country of which you're part. I mean, Wajogo is living the story. You have been a part of that story for 8 years now. And I feel through the documentary that you started from the outside and just found your way inside until you were in it. You can't go through a journey like that without changing yourselves. I really would like to know what that change has been like for you.
Yeah. Well, I think, I was born in Kenya, but I live in Los Angeles. When I read this book about the concentration camps, the book by Caroline Elkins called British Gulag, I knew I wanted to make a film about the colonial atrocities that happened, that nobody knows about, or very few people know about. I was lucky enough to be introduced to Wanjubu by a friend, I think, who is here, Mumi Kregwa, who's a wonderful actor in this. And she introduced me to Wanjubu, and we had a meeting, and Wanjubu was like, she said, I'm in. We just had this instant rapport that was amazing. And then I met Zippy through another friend, lucky enough to meet her, and she was also like, yeah, let's do this. So I think during that journey, I had always been really interested in the independence movement. I was born in, I'll reveal my age, I was born in 1963. And so I was born into a free Kenya, or an independent Kenya, let's put it that way.
Hey, yeah, good distinction. Yeah.
And I don't know, I always, used to joke with people that I think I'm a reincarnated Mau, because I don't know why I was so obsessed, but I think reading this book, I felt I wanted to do something, but I didn't know that much. I only knew what I learned in school, right, which was the British version of events. I think meeting Wanjubu, meeting the family, meeting the community, I think, we just learned so much. And I think two things happened. One, it made me angrier that we are still in this situation. But secondly, it also gave me pause, because I think what I learned from the elders here is that as much as they've gone through, I think, and I don't want to speak for people, but what I got was, as much as they've been through, all the brutality, all the sort of psychological violence as well, that resilience, and I don't mean that in a corny way, But I think what people want is justice, but not a punitive justice. They want a restorative justice. And I think there's a big difference. So, you know, I think it's fair to say that they should have some land so they can grow their, you know. Anyway, I think, sorry, I'm taking my time, but that's what really struck me about being with people who've been through the struggle. How forgiving they are, how generous they are, and how resilient, and how they just, you know, want fairness, basically.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, yeah, we shared this very similar. Well, we wanted to make a film. I was in film school. I was trying to turn Ngugi wa Thiong'o's Weak No Child into a fiction film. And the more I researched to find more information, I just couldn't find. And when Mina approached me in December 2015, that's when it started. I was like, yes. I thought it would take 1 or 2 years, you know, I do some research and then I go, you know, do my fiction film. But no, it was 8 years, then we showed the film. But like within this time, I mean, I think the first time we spoke to your mother is when we knew we had to make this film. The whole crew was like crying, and then your mother would say, let me rest. She would sleep, she would wake up, she would continue. So we were there from morning to night, and she just kept going. And I think when you say you grew up knowing about the history, but this day the mother said things that she had never heard before. So she was also in tears. And I think at that time, we thought Wanjugu was just going to be our fixer, show us around, we go there, you know. And I think 2 years in, we put her in front of the camera the first time, the first scene in the film where she's holding the bones. That's the first time ever Wanjugu was in front of camera. And we're like, oh my gosh, she's the one who's going to lead us, you know. And I've grown so much. You know, we have a culture of silence. We don't talk about these things. The Mau Mau was banned at independence. They were, you know, they were terrorists. They were, you know, we were not supposed to talk about them. But they trusted us enough. They started talking about it because now there was evidence. When they said I was being castrated, there was actually, you know, policy documents, British policy, you know, colonial documents that showed how they were going to castrate, how they were going to use dogs, how, you know, then they started talking to us. So because then they knew they told us the stories, they trusted enough that we were going to back it up with evidence of these documents that we had, you know, that we had researched on and found, you know, after, you know, years and years. Yeah, that's that.
Yeah, I think we'd just like to hear you talk and talk, but man, I wish we had more time. Swale, I don't know if you knew how deep the movie goes into your story as well, because your story, Wajogo's story, they just dovetail well, and you've been doing, I did not know, and just forgive me for my ignorance, but I did not know about this Kakuzi fight, at least not within the detail that has been shared right now. I would love to know where the fight is now, because there's some time has passed, and you've been incredibly articulate about it. I want to know what your connection to it has been.
Thank you. First and foremost, just to say that the making of the film, our Land of Freedom, came at a time when Kakuzi impacted communities had almost lost hope. And at that time, I remember Faith Adube, who was the then program officer, land advocacy at the Kenya Human Rights Commission. I was working very closely with her. She introduced me to Nina and Zippy and to Ms. Swale, God bless your group, and now we have a new team that will be documenting these struggles. So when we first appeared before the National Land Commission on 1st March 2018, you know, the mere presence of the film crew, led by Zippy herself and Nina, you know, changed all that. You know, it was like a power play. So we had a very strong ally. You know, this was not just the media people. These are teams that seem to be very serious about this, supporting our struggles. And from that time, I think everybody started taking us seriously. And if you watch the movie, that was, I think, 1st November 2018 when we got this order
that the National Land Commission cannot continue adjudicating historical land injustices claims, and the reaction that came after that, and the meeting that we addressed outside the NLC offices. It was so powerful, and it gave us a platform of engaging with other non-state land actors, both locally and abroad, who came now to support the struggle of the Makusi people. A lot of water has passed under the bridge, and I would say that where we are today is that on 27th September, no, August this year, the National Land Commission made the last site visit to all the Kakuzi land, which you've seen in the film, because they now want to write a judgment. So we are very hopeful that we are going to get an award for the resettlement of all the impacted communities in Kakuzi. And now the amount of land is going to be resolved after so many years of suffering. The connection here is that when Jogo is talking about the injustices committed by the British colonial government back in the years of our father. And here we are talking about a British company, Kakuzi. Yes, it's a British company owned by Camille. Now you can see that connection. And in my closing remarks during the hearings of the National Land Commission, I said in the preamble that the presence of Kakuzi today in Kenya is an extension of colonial occupation. That occupation that we must bring to an end.
Yes.
And this feeling today offers a big platform to influence a very positive judgment for the impacted communities of Kakuzi. Because I don't think we'll get any more powerful local, national, regional, and global platform like the one now being offered by our land, our freedom, Thank you. Nationally, and also I think Britain, and it's going to change the whole story of transition of justice in the world. We want the Kakuzi story to be a story of change. Yes. So that's where we are. And just to say, I cannot conclude without appreciating the presence of the people I've been working with. Mariam Wanja, kindly stand up. The old man is driving. Yes. We nurture the tree of freedom in Kenya. Thank you.
We are standing among heroes. Wajogo, if you could please tell us, we can be in the audience, and we cannot end this without knowing who they are and allowing them their time in the spotlight. If you could please tell us who they are.
Yeah, thank you so much. I could not have done it without the support of the freedom fighters. Here in our midst, we have people who are the forest fighters, the survivors. Some of them are here. I wanted 90% of the members you have seen there, they are the ones. These are not just they know how to mobilize. They are the ones who introduced. My mother introduced to them when I was very young, and they introduced me to most of the members because they know them. We use the Mau Mau style. Show me your friend, show me your family, and it's a deep network. Yeah, and we also use the Mau Mau style in CP and Mina. Mau Mau, it's all about secrecy. Yeah, if you didn't know, Mau Mau is all about secrecy. They feel 8 years without anyone, no one knowing, no one. Yeah, without us posting anywhere. Thank you.
Yeah, this is all. If you can make your way to the front, this is in respect to our dear matriarch. Okay. What I would like to do, I think there is power in people coming together. And the people that have been galvanized and encouraged and educated and moved and heartbroken by this film, all are here in honor of the Kenya that Dedan fought for, that Mokami fought for, that you are fighting for. And I would just like us to have a very, very focused moment of silence in honor of Mokami and her dear husband Dedan. But as we have this moment of silence, it's a very, very intentional one. I believe we are very powerful as Kenyans in bringing together and manifesting the Kenya that we want to see. And I want us to take a moment to do that together. All right? Let the family come together. Let's stand together.
I understand they're in the other hall.
Yes. Oh, they are? Okay, we're going there after this, so not to worry. So we'll just take a brief moment of silence and then we'll wrap this up. All right? All right, so if you can just close your eyes and let us bring that Kenya that we want together.
So basically that was it. That was the Nairobi Film Festival opening and closing ceremony. I tried to capture as much as possible for you to make this as interesting as possible of an experience. So thanks for watching this. I shall see you on the next one. I hope these pictures actually helped you out in one way or the other, because Our Land, Our Freedom is a very good documentary. If you get the chance to actually see it, or if you come across it somewhere, go give it a watch. So basically that's it. Remember to be here, subscribe to my channel. It's called The Movement 254, where I capture Nairobi or small events in Nairobi that most people wouldn't actually see. So thanks for watching this. Please subscribe. Let's build this platform. Let's build this channel.